Today we're going to talk about three very important concepts in Qigong practice: the Shen, Qi, and Jing. Are you ready? Let's go. Hello everyone, welcome. And in this video we're going to be talking about these three very important concepts in Qigong practice. These three elements, three concepts interact with each other, and it's one way of looking at human life from the Qigong perspective. So what is this? What is the Shen, Qi, and Jing? Shen, so let's say from the beginning, these three concepts are very hard to translate because they have a lot of meanings. So, but I'm gonna try to give a very simplistic translation of each term. Shen is, we're gonna say that is the consciousness, it's us, it's the person like experiencing the world. And in Qigong, we say that Shen is the commander of life. Shen, wherever the Shen focuses is where the Qi is gonna concentrate. Whatever Shen is thinking, it's what the Qi is going to do. So it gives the orders, determines what the Qi is doing. And the state of our consciousness, state of our mind also determines the state of Qi. So for instance, if I'm happy, if I'm angry, if I'm sad, if I'm scared, that's going to change how the Qi behaves too. So the Qi, let's say, again, very difficult to translate in this, but let's simplify it for the purpose of this explanation. Let's say that Qi in this context is going to be life force. Qi is what allows the body to move. Everything that's happening in the body is because the Qi is moving it. The Qi is allowing it to happen, right? So we just said that the state is the Shen that directs the Qi, and the Qi then moves the body. So this is why we say that Shen is the commander of life. Everything that Shen does, the Shen is controlling everything that's happening in the body, consciously or unconsciously, right? The Shen is controlling everything because it's controlling the movement of Qi, and the Qi is controlling the movement of the body itself. So now let's think about these concepts from another angle. Let's use a fourth analogy, and I really like this analogy from my teacher. And let's think about Jing-Qi-Shen as the car, a car of life. So the car itself is going to be our bodies. The Qi is going to be the gas that allows the car to move, and Shen is going to be the driver of the car, that it's directing life. It's telling the car where to go. So most of us are driving a car, right? We're going somewhere. We don't really know where we're going, but we're going. We don't realize that the car needs maintenance, so we rarely do any maintenance. Sometimes we don't even realize that the car is running low on gas, and we just keep going, even almost on empty. And eventually our car breaks. We take it to the garage, they fix it, give it back to us. We keep driving in the same way, so it breaks again. And this is how we go in life. Eventually the car cannot be repaired anymore, we run out of gas, and that's it. That's life. So that's one way of looking at life, right? That's one way of living. But Qigong proposes another way, right? So what if we learn what the body needs? We learn what the car needs. We learn how to do maintenance. We learn how to properly fill the tank, but also learn where we're going, right? Try to give direction to our life and not simply go randomly, but try to learn a little bit more about us, about our lives, and how to give it more meaning. And this is what Qigong proposes, and this is what Qigong is meant for, right? Qigong is nothing. It's like nothing you've ever done before, because Qigong is not physical exercise, even though most people associate Qigong with that, physical exercise, but it's not. It's way more than that. So Qigong is exercise for the mind. It's for the consciousness. all the movements, all the finger postures or the sounds, everything is just an accessory to help the mind focus and align these three elements, the Jing, Qi, and Shen. So when we say Qigong, right? Most people, again, those of you who have heard the word before, some of you have never, just like, what? Some of you have never heard this word before. But those of you who have, I'm pretty sure most people associate this word with like people moving really slowly, or some type of exercise, maybe similar to yoga, right? And that's one very important part of Qigong. That's the Qigong methods, right? The Qigong methods are very important. It's going to help us keep the car fixed, the car repaired, working properly, and the tank filled, right? They help us work on the Qi and work on the body. But the Qigong methods don't work that much on Shen, right? They have some degree of effect on Shen, but it's not really having that much effect because, again, you can have the car working perfectly, the tank is filled, but the driver still doesn't know where it's going. So you, in addition to practicing Qigong, you also need to be studying Qigong, studying the principles behind Qigong, studying the theory behind Qigong, because that's what's going to give, it's going to give you the consciousness, give you, the driver, more tools to see life in a different way, see life in a different angle, and it's going to allow you to make different decisions. Sometimes we live and we are very unhappy and we don't realize that we keep making the same choices over and over and over again. And these are the choices that are making us unhappy. And yet we keep choosing the same situations without realizing that we are choosing the same situations. Why? Because we don't have the tools. I mean, one of the reasons is we don't have the tools to see what we're doing, right? We don't realize what we're doing. So practicing Qigong and studying Qigong is going to allow you to work on these issues and give you more tools to make better decisions, to see where you are. And when the time comes to make a decision, maybe you now can see it from another angle and maybe you can make a different one. But now some of you may be wondering, okay, well, you just said that Shen is the commander of life. If Shen is telling the Qi what to do and the Qi is telling the body what to do. So I don't really need to work on the body or the Qi. I just really need to focus on Shen. That's the most important part. Why am I going to waste my time? Let's just focus on Shen, and then eventually everything will be okay because that's the command. That's the one that is directing everything, right? Well, in theory, that sounds great, but think about it in this way. Nowadays, most of us have office jobs, right? You're working, you're 9 to 5, probably sitting most of the day, and yet, at the end of the day, you're very tired. Why are you tired? You were sitting all day. Why are you tired? Because thinking requires a lot of Qi, right? So if you want to make better decisions and you want to be, you need to observe yourself, see what you're doing, to eventually, identify the situations and make better choices. Your mind needs to be fresh, needs to be aware. And that takes a lot of Qi. You need to keep your Shen nourished so that it can be in the present moment and make better choices. But that requires a lot of Qi. So that's why we work on Qi. And now, in regards to the body, think about it in this way. If you're sick, if you are in pain, are you really going to be able to focus on other things? More maybe philosophical things like making better decisions if you're sick? Probably not. Probably your main concern is going to be get better, right? And make the pain go away. Those are going to be your main concerns. You're not going to have a mental space for anything else. So this is why in Qigong, this is why in this style of Qigong, the one that I like, which is Zen Qigong, we work on all three aspects. We believe is the fastest way to move forward because you are working all the three aspects at the same time. All right, so this is the video for today. Hope you guys like it. The idea of these videos is, trying to spread the knowledge, not just about the methods, but also the theory, so you have some more tools to work with in your life. So hope you liked it. Please leave me your comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video.